Hey everyone, it's Judi Cranston, and today we are going to do a short presentation, and it's about making soul-based decisions, which allows you to transform your life through empowered choices. Those are all very big words, but let's rock in. Just before we get started, I just want to check that you can see the screen, so just give me a thumbs up that you can see. Beautiful, awesome. So, as I said before, I'm Judi Cranston. You can call me Jude. That's what all my friends do. And I'm here to help spiritual entrepreneurs create a bigger impact by reclaiming their power and connecting to their soul wisdom. But before that, let me just really quickly tell you about myself. So I'm a muso. Music's really important to me. And from a very early age, I could play and sing and do anything to do with music. I've just been given that gift, which is amazing. I'm a teacher, trained teacher. I love helping other people to learn things. Esoteric hypnotherapist, which means I work on a soul level with people. Shamanic soul healer and soul coach. I love writing songs. I move energy and I'm a highly sensitive and empathic healer. So I do also like to hide in my cave a lot of the time when I'm not on stage. In the 3D plane, I'm a wife, I'm a mother of five and a grandmother of five. And I'm also the founder of Kindy, which is a preschool music education company. And I've had over 40 million streams of my kids' music so far, which is pretty amazing. And finally, before I read this bit, I'm really good at making typos. So I quest you to see how many you can make in my how many typos you can find in my presentation. I'm in full service to humanity, the planet, and I do that by sharing my gifts, my music, my ability to teach and lead people into a space of transformation. And transformation really is just changing from one form of lesser value to another of higher value. So that's what I'm here for. Before we start, just make sure you're fully present. So even if you're watching this as a replay, give yourself that gift of being present. Turn your distractions off and think about for a moment what your intention is. As I said to you before, my intention is to show you how to make soul-based decisions. So if you're here live, you can say hi and tell me who you are and why you're here, what your intention is. You can say that in the chat and we can all get to know each other that way. And if you're not live, then just think about it. Why are you here? So today I'm going to talk to you about the importance of making soul-based decisions. What does that look like? What does that feel like? And it's best suited for people who are spiritually curious, who want to have a bigger impact in the world. So if you're not really interested in spirituality or your soul, then feel free to wave goodbye. But if you are, then stick around and let's see what you can learn in this little presentation today. So we all know how challenging it can be to make decisions. Making decisions can leave us with our gut churning, with our head pounding, like, what am I doing? What's the right thing? Blah, 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 all the things that go with making decisions. And the problem is that we've been taught that we need to make decisions from our personality. It's not even something you think about, it's just how we've been taught to do it. We've been taught to think about it with the way that our parents have told us to do things. Perhaps our culture has its own rules and limitations. Our mind likes to get involved, our emotions, our body, and even our hormones, which can change. And even just what you've been seeing on TV or social media can have an effect on how you make a decision. And friends and family, and the list goes on and on and on. So all of these things have an effect on the personality, which is why it makes it so difficult to make decisions from that. Also, with the personality, we have these hidden agendas. So things that have happened to us in the past that have created trauma can make a real big effect on what's happening in our decision-making process. So for instance, if you were bullied at school and the way that you survived your school days was by hiding behind the bike shed, keeping away from those people, that has created an effect and a trauma on your personality. And so when it comes to making decisions, Your personality is going, oh, I better make sure I keep myself safe. Does that sound like it rings a bell? And so then we become stuck in this cycle of trying to keep yourself safe, and it doesn't allow you to step forward into where you're supposed to be going. And then it gives you this regret and second guessing your decisions. It just goes on. Some of this regret can go on for your whole life. It's not actually very pleasant. The personality based decisions, they show up as being disempowering. They're taking away your power. They can also change, and they can leave us, as I said before, with this lifetime of regret and wondering whether you made the right choice. So why does it actually matter? Now, for those of you who are here, you've come here because you're spiritually curious or you're interested in soul. For me, I come here because I love the fact that I'm here as a soul living in the Judi Cranston body, and I'm here to do what I'm here to do. My soul has a purpose, and so that's why it matters. My soul is here to evolve. All of our souls are here to evolve. They come into your body, into this Andrea body, into this Judi body, into this grandchild body, and the soul wants to evolve. That's what it's here for. And without growth, our soul can just feel stuck and frustrated. It just feels, that feeling like, oh, I want something more. One of my soul stucknesses at the moment is that I want to be able to live in a different place. I've always wanted to live in another country, but I want to be able to move from where I live now. And with that, of course, comes with a personality thing. What about my family and my grandkids and this and money and blah, blah, blah. But that doesn't stop the fact that my soul has this desire, this deep desire to live in a different place. So my decisions now are starting to be taken from what is important to my soul. When we make these decisions based on what is important to your soul, it affects your life, it affects the trajectory of your life, and it affects our quality of life. And then also it avoids this regret, like, what have I done? Should I have done that? The mind just going on and on and on. Well, it does for me anyway. My mind can be very busy. So the question, I guess, then is, how do you know what is important to soul? How do you know what is important to your soul? The beautiful thing about soul is that there's no good or bad, there's no black or white, there's no right or wrong. And when you take those out of the picture, it makes it a little bit easier to think about it. But if there's none of those, then what is soul all about? So how do we know what's important to soul if it's not good or bad or black or white? So for soul, everything in life, every decision, every step, every breath has some kind of value. And basically, that's what's important to soul. Is this of value to me or not? And the question then becomes, when we make choices, what has the most value to the soul? What has the most value to the soul in this moment? In this moment, what has the most value to the soul? So remembering that there's no good or bad, there's no black or white, there's no right or wrong. When we come to this decision or these options, it's not saying, well, this way is better than this way. It's saying, which way has more value? What is my soul going to grow with the most? How is my soul going to reach its destiny? Which of these pathways will help that to happen? So then of course, the next question is, how do we know what has most value to the soul? And if we're letting our mind make that decision, it'll change. Oh, well, I think this. Oh, well, tomorrow I think that. Oh, well, next week I think that. Oh, well, my mother said this. That's not what it's about for the soul. What we need to do when we're making these decisions is what we call circumvent the personality. It's like switching off the mind switch, switching off all of those switches and allowing the soul to speak, allowing the soul to speak. So how do we do that? I guess you're asking now. So that's when I want to introduce you to this beautiful new technique, which is called the Crossroads Protocol. Now, as you know, I am a trained esoteric hypnotherapist and shamanic soul coach and all of those things. And all of that work comes under what's called the House of the Bee. So the House of the Bee is an ancient healing body of work that has been gifted through certain people. And it is time for this work to come up. It is time for us to have a deeper relationship with our soul. So this Crossroads protocol is basically a process that you get taken through that allows you to listen to what your soul wants to say. And then in doing that, transform your life through empowered choices. How amazing is that? Oh, what I wanted to say to you though is a little bit of a disclaimer, because everybody thinks, oh, well, you know, you do your soul work, it's going to be just perfect and everything will be breezy because I've made the right choice. Well, it's not really like that. With soul, it doesn't mean that everything will be perfect, but it means that you will be taking the road, or the, as you can see here, the train track that allows you to reach your destiny, to do the things you are here to do. So if I take you through the Crossroads protocol, it's like a simple session. It allows you to go into a state of hypnosis or trance. And what that means is that you are circumventing your mind, you're bypassing the personality. And when you're in a place of trance with me, we are having that soul dialogue. So it's allowing your soul to speak about what's important to it. And with that, of course, comes this beautiful, deep sense of peace and trust. And I know it for myself. Even though I've made decisions that are the right decisions for me, for instance, doing some kind of training or, you know, living in this house, so they may still be having value to the soul. When I make them from a space of my mind more, I don't seem to have the same peace. So even though it may have been the right or the best choice for me at the moment, if I am still making it from my personality, I'm feeling in that place of, oh, I can't. It's like the mind still wants to flap away, I guess. I guess that's what I'm saying. So coming from that space where the personality is like, what am I doing? All of these things in my life, what's the best option? I don't know what I'm doing. Into this beautiful, deep space of peace. And really, I mean, who doesn't want to live in a place of peace? And that doesn't mean you're not going to have the things happen, but it means that you can deal with them from a place of peace, from a knowing that you're loved, that you have deep connection, that you have everything you need. So the beautiful Crossroads protocol is a new offering from me to the world. And I have a spring into action session. It's actually just spring in New Zealand now, so it's beautiful. The daffodils are all turning up and everything's looking brighter. So instead of paying $250 just for the moment for September only, a session is $125, where you can dialogue with your soul, or you can buy a bundle of up to 3 to be used in 2024. Of course, if this video is later than any of that, then please just reach out. If you want to go from the place where you are stuck when you're making decisions, where you're regretting, where you don't really know if you've made the right choice, into a place of peace, then come and check me out. You can find me on judicranston.com. Make sure you put the I in the Judi, and I'd be honored to help you create your bigger impact by reclaiming your power and connecting to your soul wisdom. So thanks, everybody. It's an honor to be here. I'm just going to stop my sharing so you can see my face, just to show you that I really am a person. I'm Judi Cranston and I'm from New Zealand. It's an honor to be part of your life. Thank you very much for joining me.
I sing blessings to you and to you. I sing blessings to you and to you. May you know joy in your being. May you know peace in your heart. May you have a deep, deep sense of love. 'cause you are loved. I sing blessings